and I welcome you all to the Android Study Jump session. And this is our third session from DSC View, and I'm the Android facilitator from DSC View. My name is Nanamini Sai Sandhya, and in today's session, we are going to see how to download the Android Studio and how to install the Android Studio and what are the SDK tools are required to install in it and set up for us. And then we'll be we'll do the Kotlin, will install the Kotlin in the Android Studio. And next, we'll be starting doing the basic applications and we'll building many applications in this session. So let's move on to the session. Let's get started. So before installing the Android Studio, we need to have the JDK tools because the Android Studio will run on the JDK tools. So let's download and install the JDK tools. I hope that you all are in your desktops. Are You all are having the desktops and you are dealing with it. So for downloading the JDK, type the Java JDK in your favorite browsers. Java JDK. So after typing the Java JDK, you'll find the Oracle website. This is from the Oracle. So click on the first link, and you'll be downloading in the JDK tool. So see here, you'll be having the JDK download. So click on the JDK download, then you'll go into the new window, and this new window get to the down and check they are providing the Linux operating system updated software and Mac OS and Windows. As my system is Windows, so I'm just choosing a Windows x64 installer. So I'm downloading this. So you need to agree you need to accept the technology network license. So here my .exe file is downloading. So it takes a bit of time. After getting downloaded, then we'll be starting the process. So after getting downloaded, we'll be installing it. After installed it, so I'm not downloading this because I'm already having this Java file. As to say you that how to download this, I'll be helping you. So as I said, I already have this file, so I need not to download this. But if you're not having any Java file in your system, then please do download this. If yours is a Windows and a 64-bit, then please download the Windows x64 installer by clicking over here. Then .exe file will be downloaded. After getting downloaded, you need to set up the environment for this. So for setting up the environment for this, do as I'm doing now. In the search bar, you just type environment. So you got as edit the system environment variables. So open it. And then over here, you can find the environment variables. So click on it, and under the system variables, you'll be finding the path over here. So at the path over here, you need to add the JDK file path till the bin. So over here, you need to add it. But of course, I'm already having this JDK file, but don't worry, I'll be showing you how to download, how to find and add into it. So open my computer or your folder where you will be opening it. So open your C drive. In the C drive, open programming files. In that programming files, open the user. In that program files, open Java. For me, it's Java, but in some other cases, you may have you need to open the user, for example, in some other computers, the file will be stored as you need to go into the PC, then local disk C, and then program files, and then Java. So let's search Java over here. So go to program files and then click on Java. Find here. Java is here. Sorry. So click on JDK file. When you are downloading this Java JDK file, I mean like this Java development kit, you'll be getting only Java JDK, only this JDK file. You won't get JRE file, and you need not to have this JRE file because the tools required for the Android Studio from the JRE is also inbuilt in the JDK. So you need not to download the JRE file. So downloading a JDK file is enough for the step. So click on bin, open it, and copy this pathway. And then go into the back of this where you are editing the environment variables. Click on new. Here you need to paste the link whatever you copied from the folder where you got your JDK file in it. So as I said, I'm having my pathway, so I'm not doing anything adding over here because it will be overwritten and it will be sometimes it may be corrupted. So you just click on the new, and then in that file, whatever the pathway you have copied over there, please paste that pathway or in the path. Click on new and place that copied pathway over here. So as I said before, I'm already having this. So here you might have a OK. So click on OK. And then in some cases, it may also ask that you need to have a Java home. So for creating that Java home over here, you need to create a Java home. So the variable name should be in the capitals. So write as Java underscore home. That should be all the letters should be in the capital, and the variable value is the pathway till JDK. So copy this pathway, this, and paste this in the variable value and click on OK. As I don't have this, so I just added it. Click on OK. Over here, click on OK. Sorry, give me a clarity that whether you have seen till now what I'm just showing you. Okay, fine. I hope now you can see all my desktop. So I hope now I'll be clear. I'll be helping you by telling it again. So don't worry. So I hope that you all settled with your file over here. One second, I'll be sharing my screen. Okay. Now I'll be sharing my screen again. So I hope that my screen is visible to you all. And even I hope that you all are done with the JDK setup and you already did this JDK into the pathway. And now for checking the JDK, so Windows plus R and then type CMD over there and open it. That means you are opening your command prompt. You are opening your command prompt. So now I guess you can see my command prompt. So in this command prompt, for checking whether your Java pathway is correctly in the correct way or not, and for checking your Java version, in which version you have downloaded. As I said, having a Java file, I'm not having the updated one or the new version of it. So I'm having my own Java files, Java underscore version. So here, sorry, okay, I gave space. Java underscore version. Java is not recognized. Okay, let me set up again. I hope you all can see my, whatever screen I'm sharing now. If you're having any doubts, please post them in the chat box. Java version. Okay, my Java is of 8. So now let's go to the downloading of Android Studio as we are set up with the Java development kit. So let's go to Android Studio downloading. So open your favorite browser and that browser type Android Studio. Or else I'll be keeping you the link of it in the chat box. So better use that from here. Even you'll find from the Chrome. So here, the first one is from the developer.android.com. That is directly given from the Google. So right here, you can see download Android Studio. It takes a bit of time and make sure that you're agreeing the about terms and conditions. Then the .exe file will be get started downloading this. As I have already installed the Android Studio on my computer from long back, so I'm just using that computer because it just takes a lot of time. So I'll be giving you a gist of it, and make sure that you all are having your Android Studios to be installed, and I'll be giving detailed information about it in this section. And over here, you need to click on this and you need to check all the terms and conditions you have read and agreed it. And then the latest version of this Android Studio is 4.1.1 from Windows 64-bit. So mine is a Windows, so I'm just downloading it. And if you are having a software as Windows 7, 8, or 10, or any other softwares from 7, for those all softwares, the Android Studio is suitable, so you can download from here. And it is of 896 MB, so make sure that the total need to be downloaded, so it takes a bit of time. And what versions are there, and what the suitable versions are, different platforms are there, then you can download it from here. Just scroll down on this page itself, just scroll down. Over here you'll find the versions and which one you need to download, you can download from here. Like if you're having a Mac OS, you can download for the Mac OS over here. Linux, you can download it, or Windows or Chrome OS, in the different parts of which one you are having which OS is in your computer. From that OS, you can download from here. And the sizes is also being displayed over here. And after getting downloaded your Android Studio, so after getting downloaded, you'll be getting like this .exe file as downloaded. So I'll present this. So the .exe file is downloaded. After getting downloaded, so let's start installing the Android Studio. Of course, I know that it takes a bit of time to download. After getting downloaded completely, click on it. Click on the file .exe file which was being downloaded on your systems. Then you'll be finding this type of installation acceptance format. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? So click S on it, and then the installation process will be started. So for setting up the guide you thought to the installation of the Android Studio, you need to be clicking this, click on the next button. So click on the next button, then you'll be finding like this. So over here, you need to select the components to install. So don't change anything over here because the Android Studio and the virtual devices both were required over here. The virtual devices is an emulator. You need to have the emulator in the computer because if you're not having a USB or any Android device, you need to be downloading or you are being creating the emulator in your system. So please don't change anything in this place. Just click on next, and then in this page that will be asking you to select the location in your desktop or on your computer laptop to store the Android Studio, to set up the Android Studio. So if you're not having any problem, then please do keep this pathway and which pathway it is, and then move on. So click on next. As I said before, I've downloaded this a long back, so I've kept the same as this because I don't have any problem if it was in the local C disk, so I kept this in the same way. So click on the next, and then over here you're installing Android Studios. So from the star menu folder, you are just selecting Android Studio. Here you need not to change anything, it already selected Android Studio. So start installing. That means you need to click on the install button. So after clicking the install button, it takes a bit of time to install the Android Studio. That means all the dependencies and some other pre-requirements will be downloaded over here. So after getting downloaded, after completing this download versions, I mean all the zip files or RAR files will be downloaded in this process. So if you want want to see which applications or which folders are downloaded over here, you can click on show details and you can see it. So click on show details and you can see that very clearly. And then after completing this process, click on next. So I'll be getting this page. That means the Android Studio has been installed on your computer, and click finish and close the setup. So after clicking the finish button, then your Android Studio will be started. And if you're downloading your Android Studio for the first time on your computer or desktop, then it will be asking like this: import Android Studio settings from like config or install folders, or don't import any settings, because if you are installing this Android Studio after some days, before itself you're having Android Studio and now you are again installing Android Studio, then it will ask like you need to install the folders. So if you're not installed before, then please select don't import settings, because I just prefer to tell you this that don't import settings, because it may change many things in your Android Studio. If you are having a previous Android Studio, then it will be changing as same as the previous one. If you're not having and it's new one, please click on the don't import settings and click OK over here. And now your Android Studio is being your Android Studio is getting opened over here. and now the data is sharing and there's all part. That means you are just allowing the Google to collect the anonymous usage data from the Android Studio and the related tools and features, resources, and config plugins, whatever required over here. And if suppose some plugins are not installed, later also you can install those all, and the data sharing preference, all the dependencies and appearance behavior, system settings, and everything, design modules, everything in the Android Studio tool will be uh, sending you the statistics to the Google. So better prefer don't send, because I don't want this statistics. So if you want, it's up to you. If you want usage statistics, then you want to send to Google, then please click on send usage statistics to Google. If not, then don't send. My preference is to send. Do you have any doubt? If not, please mute your mic. Roja Pilla, do you have any doubts? If not, please mute your mic. Yeah, thank you. So let's get into it. So my preference is to don't send. So it's better if you click don't send. So next, after getting into this step, it is welcoming you to set up all your development environment. In this step, it will be adding you the installations like the Android is used in mobile phones, watches, or tablets, desktops, tasks, and different objects. So all these applications like emulators or any reference, whatever you want to design in the same application design wise, it will be setting up over here. So just showing you this, and click on the next button over here. And you're in this part, you need to choose the setup you want for the Android Studio. That is standard and the custom. As you are, if you are the new one to this and this is the first time for you, then please click on standard. That Android Studio recommend for most users. It always recommends for the most users that if you are for the first time and you're starting your tools, or you're accessing those tools for the first time, then please click on the standard one, and then customized one as for the one who's just having experience and more, or even you can be customized installing the settings and components. There will be a lot in it. So I just suggest you to click on the standard one and click next. So in this part, you need to select the user interface theme. That means if you want to your Android will be in the dark or the light way. So whatever you want to be, that way you can set this. As my preference, I just took a light path. So if you are interested in the dark or Dracula, then you can click on the Dracula path. So click on next after selecting which user interface theme you want. Please choose that theme and then click on next. So this is a place where you can review and change your installation settings, like click by clicking the previous ones, and you can change and you can come back. So these are the current settings where you'll just find what you have installed, and which like suppose the Android emulator is path is installed, or that folder is installed, and that is of 235 MB. It means that you're installing some files into it, and how much space or memory it just taking is displayed over here, and what sub files are installed in it. Those all you can find over here. So next, click on finish. So in this part, the remaining dependencies or any extract files, RAR files, all the zip files or everything will be downloaded over here. After getting completing this download over here, like for example, you can see over here what you are getting downloaded. All the emulators or any other parts, whatever you have verified you want to download in this. So all those are being downloaded over here, and all the zip files, RAR files, .exe files, all will be downloaded over here. That all will be used in your Android Studio. So after completing this all downloads, you'll be getting this finish button will be highlighted. So click on the finish button. Oh, here in the space you can see this finish button. So click on it. So here comes your Android Studio is completely installed, and so after getting completely installed your Android Studio, let's get into the Android Studio. As I have the Android Studio, let me show you from my Android Studio so that you can understand very clearly. So let's get started by installing, I'm sorry, we already installed the Android Studio. So let's see how to set up the Android Studio and how to build your first application in it. So I hope you all can see the Android Studio over here. So in this Android Studio, to get started, so click on the start a new. Okay, I'll maximize this so you can see it very clearly. So click on the start a new Android Studio project. So in this, choose the empty activity. You can choose the activity whichever needed for your application according to it, but as a basic part. So just choose an empty activity and click on next. And suppose it's a sample one. So sample application, sample app. Let me take as an example. So Java. I'm keeping this as Java because we have not. I'm not shown you till now to how to plug in all the or how to install Kotlin in it. So for that sake, I'm just taking Java as it is. So API you can prefer in your app accordance API, like in 1.1 API, we have in the first session itself, we have seen that what features have been included in this. So for of now, I'm just choosing the KitKat as my API. So one second, guys, someone is having doubt over here. So let me check it for a second. Okay. Do you have any doubt? Alex. Okay, fine. You are taking screenshots of it. Okay, okay. I'm so sorry. Let's carry on. So just choose the minimum API level as 19 and click on finish. If you're first, then you need to choose everything and even save the location is also in which location you want to save this application. Everything you need to be choose. In some cases, it may take the default applications also. So don't worry if it was cased in it. And for building this application, it takes a bit of time. So don't be hurried over here. Don't be confused. Okay, my application setup is done. So here, before going to the application setup, let's see the emulator part. So now will be okay. Do anyone is having any doubt over here? If yes, then please post that in the chat box so that I'll give you the reply at that time itself. Otherwise, please mute your mic. Okay, back to the content. So let's see how to, this emulator is nothing but the virtual device which will be on your computer. Okay, so when you're just not having any Android device or any USB near you or with you, then you can use the emulator that will be run on your desktop directly. So it means that you need not, it is not mandatory to having a USB and the mobile Android mobile with you. So if you're not having that, you can easily use the emulator. As you can see in my system that I'm already having or I already installed the two emulators. So don't worry, I'll be showing you how to install one more emulator here. Emulator is nothing but it's a device or mobile phone that is virtually shown over here. So I hope you have seen what I clicked over here. So I'm opening AVD Manager. So in this AVD Manager, I'm having two emulators, that is Annex 5 API 27 and Annex 9 API 27. So one is for tab and another one is a mobile one. So how much size and API it is and target mobiles, everything will be displayed over here. So let's see how to create a emulator. So click on create virtual device, and then here you can see TV, phone, Wear OS, tablets, and which device you want to, or in which device you want to see your application, you want to run in your application. In those devices, you can download your emulators. On those devices, you can check. For suppose if you want to design an application or any type of path or application you want to design for the TV, then you can see the output of the TV mode and the simulator. You can you can download that easily, or anything else like on phone or Wear OS or tablets. In that way, you can be downloading it. So here you'll be having a different types of mobile phones and features over here. So for one phone, that is varying for size and width here, height and width is differ from 1 to 1. So you can download from 1 to 1. I hope that my screen is visible to you all.
No, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you getting me? Okay. Now can you see my screen? I hope now you can see my screen. Please confirm me whether you can see my screen or not. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which page can you see? Can you see my Android Studio? You can see only the Skype page. I hope you can see my Android Studio also. Yes. Now, whatever the devices you want to install, or in which devices you want to see your output, in those devices, those type of devices, like for example, your phone is of 6.3-inch size. So in that device, you're not having your phone right here. So you can download the 6.3 size of the mobile phone, that Pixel 3 XL phone, and you can run your app in this mobile, this emulator. So in that way, you can install it. So let me show you from the PPT, which I made it. So as I have already installed it for the choice before itself, so I won't get this type of screen that to create virtual devices, as you are just installing us for the first time. So you'll be getting this. So in your Android Studio, it will be like this, and in this you can see no devices over here where I'm keeping my arrow here. Here you'll be seeing no devices. If you run this, then you'll be getting an error like this, that your emulator running app with a no target device found, because you're not choosing any device. If you are connecting with an USB, then your devices is connected, and if you're running this application in it, So it will be run for your mobile phone and the output will be displayed in your mobile phone. If not, in that case, you need to create an emulator. So you need to click on the Open AVT Manager. Click on No Device and then you'll get this options. So click on Open AVT Manager and then you'll find a page like this. So in this page, you need to click on Create Virtual Devices. So after clicking on the Create Virtual Devices, you'll be getting different types of virtual devices like this. So in this, you'll be having like automotive, tablet, Wear OS, TV, phone. So in which device you want to run your application, choose that device for your target. So for of now, I'm just choosing a mobile phone. So I want to run my application in a mobile phone. So I'm choosing an application in a mobile phone. So after choosing it as a mobile phone or in the category, so you'll be having a plenty of mobiles over here. So those will be varied from the sizes, resolution, densities, and some are in the Play Store and some may not. So in this case, which type of mobile you want and which size, like 4.56 or 6.3, 6.5, and the type of sizes you want to download, or if you want to download in that pixel sizes, then please select that. And then after selecting that window, after choosing your device, then click on Next. Okay, I hope you can't see the next button. So I just make that to be very clear. So let me choose only one screen over here. So I hope now you can see next button. So click on this next button. And then you will be finding a page like this. Over here, you need to choose your system image. Like till now, we are into a R version. As I said before in the first section, Android is developed from 1 to 11. That means 1.0 to 11 versions. So that means the alphabetical order and the food item names are kept for this version. So from A to R. So now, in which version you want to download, you can download that over here. So for now, I'll be choosing Oreo. Oreo API is 27. That is Android 8.1 from the Play Store. Okay, I'll be downloading a Oreo, this part, Oreo. That is API 27. And then I'll be clicking Next. After clicking Next, you will be getting a page like this to accept the terms and conditions to download this part or this mobile virtual application. So to accept it. After accepting it, the packages all you need to further simulator creation or any dependencies or any RAR files or .zip files or exe files will be downloaded over here. Make sure that you'll be having a proper internet while downloading those all, because if you're having any distractions in your internet, it may leads to missing some zip files in this part while downloading. So it may leads to get some errors while you're performing an action over there in your application design or any other process. So make sure that you're having a proper internet, and minimum is 4 GB of your storage is enough. If you're having a 4 GB data, 4 GB in your systems, that is enough. But if you're having more than 8 GB, then it will be more beneficial to you, and you can run your applications very easily and flexibly. If you're having 4 GB, it may cost you, sometimes it may hang your system. If 8 GB, then it won't do anything. So it can be in the cool manner. So for this downloading process over here will take a bit of time. So after completing your downloading all the requirements from the Google Play, so it will be showing you the finish button to be highlighted, then click on the finish button. Then it shows over here. You can find the difference over here. Like In the first case, when you are going to select a system image, then you have got the name as this. Or here you can find this download. So after downloading it, you'll be getting this is your pixel. You are having the audio version. So your version is with you in your computer. The emulator is already downloaded. So reminding emulators, if you are interested to download for that phone version, then you can. If not, then it's okay. You can be running your applications by using this audio version. So you can find here something in red. It means that you're having some warning or an error. So there is a recommendation that HAXM is not installed. So you need to install the HAMX. So click on the install HAMX and then you can choose this according to your preference. It will here at this place it is not mandatory to you to have 4.0 GPS needed, but it is recommended to have 4.0 GB and other GB, then you can set it according to your preference and then click on next. And then click over here, it will be asking, do you want to allow this app to make a changes to your device or not? Then click on S. Then your SDK is up to date and it will be setting up all everything over here. HAXM will be updated successfully and you will be getting a path as finished button will be highlighted, then click on the finish button. So here, AVD name, you can, in this page, after clicking finish out there, then you will be directed into this page and you're asked to select the startup orientations. Those are, you want your application to be in the portrait mode or in the landscape mode. Maximum prefer the portrait mode so that you can observe it very clearly when it was in the mobile phase. If you are keeping in the landscape, it may show like a desktop view or some other spaces will be extended, so you can't observe it very clearly. But you can keep in the way which whatever you want. So maximum prefer it to be a portrait mode. And over here, AVD name, if you want to keep this as same as this, you can keep this as same. Or if you want to change this, you can change over here. The name, AVD name is nothing but your emulator name. So under virtual device, it's an emulator name. So if you want to keep this as same as that, then you can keep it because if you keep as same as this, then if you are installing any other emulator, then you won't get any confused that which API is this and which API is that, or which like a Pixel 3 is over here. We have selected or downloaded Pixel 3, and if we want to select or download a Pixel 5 over here, or the API is 28, then if we won't change this AVG name, then we won't be confused over here. So better, if possible, please don't change the name over here. If you are interested to change and you can say that I can remember it, so you can change it. It's up to you, and make sure that you will be keeping in the portrait mode to get a better experience over here, and click on finish over here. So at this place, you can observe that your virtual devices will be placed over here. So in this part, you can see your virtual device which you have downloaded right now. So after getting downloaded over here, all the virtual devices, if you are adding any more virtual devices, those all will be placed over here. That means that the virtual device is successfully downloaded. So close this one, and then you can find your virtual device over here. Like Pixel 3 API 27 as the virtual emulator you have downloaded or created now. This was the emulator which you created now. So now let me show my emulator. Before that, I want to ask you: do you have any doubts or any queries from your side? If yes, then please post in the chat box so that I'll be clarifying you those also in the parallel manner. So do you have any queries? What happened? If any queries, please do post at that time itself in the chat box so that I'll be addressing your queries in the meanwhile. So I'll share my full screen over here so that you can see my Android Studio. So this is my Android Studio, and this is my my virtual devices which I have downloaded before. So you can see my virtual devices. I'm having two virtual devices which was downloaded before. So those are the virtual devices you can find over here, and this is a button to run. I'll minimize this and I'll show you what's this button. So this is the run button. By default, you'll be having, wait, I will minimize this all to make you clear of this. So this is the design page, and you'll be having you'll be having the blueprint and design page. This one is the blueprint of this design page. And in this design page, you'll be having a text view. Hello world as a text view. By default, you'll be getting a page like this. So for running this application, just for sample, let's check this. So click on the run button. So will be checking your application that will be run in the emulator, that is Linux 5 API 27. In this emulator, this application is being run. So in the build operation, you can see that if you are having any errors that will be highlighted over here, then it will be successfully run. But it takes a bit of time, so we need to wait for it. So before it gets run over here, and we'll be getting output over here. Before that, let's see what were there over here. So this is the terminal, and you'll find whatever applications you are downloading. Whatever applications you are running. If you are having any errors over here, or whatever applications you run before, those all will be shown over here. And to do whatever projects, how much time it was taking, and how many files you are having, and how many files you are creating will be shown here, and correct files. If you are having any files or in between files, those all will be shown here. Logcat. So as I've seen terminal before, this is a logcat. So in this logcat, if we are having any errors, then where we are having values, keep on errors. So for this program, I'm not having any errors. So if we are having any errors, we'll be getting a lines of code over here, and the error will be in the blue color. Make sure that the error will be in the blue color, not in the red color. So the error will be in the blue color, and if you click on that one, at which line you are getting an error, like this is the code page, this is the backend, and the XML file is the front end. So in the front end, I will be designing how the user interface means, like for example, if we take a WhatsApp. So we can say WhatsApp, what we are having, chats, calls, and status, everything. So that is a user interface. But when we are clicking a chat button, then it will just move into another chat page. If you are keeping into status one, it will be moving into status one. Those all operations, how to move from one to one, is will be giving a functions over here in the front end page. I'm sorry, backend. Backend operations will be performing over here. We'll be writing a backend operations over here, and we will be designing the front end over here. This is the design page, and for this is the text page. In the text page itself, we'll be having a design and text page. You can see the preview over here. Whatever code you're writing, for that you'll be saying your preview over here. So in this preview, if you want only design page, you can keep only design page. If you want a blueprint page, you can keep blueprint. If you want a design plus blueprint, you can keep the blueprint. So The building of an application is done. Let's see how the application is here. This is emulator which you have downloaded or which you have installed right now. This is the emulator and this is the application whatever we got after creating. This is the sample application. So in this we have seen here we are having only the text view. So the output of this application is also on here. So you are having only the text view as hello world. So let's see that. Let's go into the design page. Let me minimize this. Okay. Over here, I'll be having a palette and component tree, and over here, you'll be having attributes. Whatever you're selecting in the component tree for that view, you'll be having the attributes over here. So you can directly change over here just for now, because when you are going into further cases, please make sure that you'll be using or creating your applications by using the text form. You need to write each and every code over here, not to drag and drop. Okay. So now, just to understand, let's check by dragging and dropping over here. Let's drag and drop. Firstly, the default layout will be the constraint layout. For constraint layout, we need to give the constraints for placing a word over here. So to constrain the widgets, let me give this hello world should be over here. At this point, I need hello world. So let's yeah, we'll be back to the program. So I want a hello world over here. So let me fix this over here. To fix this I need to make sure that I'm giving a constant over here from the top and from the left side. So from the top I'm giving 16 margin and from the left I'm giving 16 margin. So I'm having 16 and 16. Here's 16 and here's 16. That means these are fixed over here. So the word will be fixed over here. This is the constant layout. And you might get a warnings, but for of now, you can ignore those warnings. Later on, we'll be resolving those warnings. And over here, for selecting a text view, if you want to one more text view to be added over here, you can just simply drag a text view from here to here. So the text views, you can select the text view from both, from the text, you can select the text view, and from the common, you can select the text view. So just drag and drop. So in the component tree, you can find the text view over here, but you are getting this exclamatory mark implies it is having an error. If you get your arrow onto it, you'll find what error it is showing. This view is not constant. It only has design time position. So it will jump to 0,0. That means it will jump to origin at runtime unless you add the constant. That means this is a constant layout. So we need to give the constant to this. So let's make sure that we'll be giving the constants to it. So simply I hope I'm clear till now. So, and we can also change the text name from here as and we can change the font sizes, font family, or text sizes, text names, text style. Everything we can be changed over here. Before going to this, let's download or install the